Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for Living Local, your lifestyle show for everything Charleston and beyond. I'm ASHLEIGH, MESSERVY. These days, the discussion about the use of marijuana, regardless of whether it's for medical purposes or not, is stronger than ever and isn't going away anytime soon. Today, we're approaching the subject from a research perspective with hopes to help young people break the cycle of recreational use. Here's more on what the doctors and researchers say may help kick the habit. Joining us today, Dr. Kevin Gray. We're here at MUSC, and we're talking about an ongoing study that you're doing. But first, before we go into that, let's just talk about marijuana in general and some of the stigmas attached to it.
Sure. So marijuana is a pretty complicated topic these days.
It is.
We're certainly seeing a lot about it in the media, both pro and con. And the way I think about it is that things can be both good and bad. And so this is a very polarizing issue because with some interest in medical marijuana, there's a lot of pro, the interest of legalization, a lot of pro, and then that doesn't necessarily counter the idea that some people wind up with trouble related to marijuana use, where they get into a habit or even addiction with marijuana. And so kind of where we sit is that we're interested in the medicinal potential of marijuana, but at the same time we're concerned about those who may become addicted to it.
Okay.
One of my concerns, so my profession is I'm a child psychiatrist, and I'm interested in helping adolescents with substance use problems. And we find that adolescents compared to adults are about twice as likely to become addicted or to develop a habit of marijuana use if they start using compared to older adults. And we also know that adolescents have a harder time stopping once they've started. So I'm not really interested in the idea of changing policy one way or the other, but we're really interested in the idea for those adolescents who develop a pattern, say they start using daily or almost daily, and have a hard time quitting, we're interested in trying to help develop new treatments or better treatments so that they can stop.
Okay, so what age group are you targeting? So it's 14 to 21, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and the name of this campaign, this study, MUSC, is Cut the Grass?
That's
kind of the little, I love it though. I think it's a very good, you know.
Yeah, that's one of the things is we want to, so part of this idea is I'm a physician, but I'm also a researcher, and I know sometimes research can sound very cold and sound very experimental, and I really want to kind of take some of that away and really humanize this experience. When you participate in one of our research studies, we're really interested in helping people, and at the same time we're also interested in finding out whether a new treatment is more effective than a treatment we've been using, and that's kind of what we do. So everybody who comes in for a study like this, everyone receives treatment, but at the same time we're testing one against another to see if we can improve outcomes. Okay,
so let's talk about, like, you know, how some parents think a guinea pig, there's maybe some negative connotations. Talk about, you know, kind of elaborate on that, maybe the difference between treatment and research, you know, so they understand what they're actually getting into.
Sure. So, and I know it can sound very intimidating to get involved in a research study. So we're regular people. I'm a physician, and I'm dedicated to helping young people. That's kind of my profession. And a research study for us is not that unlike providing clinical care or like providing doctor's office care. But that said, when we do a research study, we are very, very upfront about the idea that when you come in is that you'll have a document we call an informed consent, where you'll learn about all the risks and all the benefits that you could have with being in a study. We want to kind of put it all out there and have a real frank discussion about what's good and what's bad and whether this is a good fit. So the last thing we want to do is to try to coerce or force somebody into a protocol. But when we do a study, essentially, so this study in particular, so everyone in this study, this is a 12-week treatment, and adolescents who come into this study, initially there's an assessment, the informed consent and assessment. After that, they come in weekly for kind of what we call brief cessation counseling. So they'll work with a medical clinician, myself or a physician assistant or another colleague, and kind of work steadily week by week on goal setting, on behavior change, some basics there, but really the idea of having a medical professional to work with them on behavior change over time. And then in this study, we're testing an over-the-counter supplement called N-acetylcysteine, or we call it NAC for short.
Okay.
It's something you can buy at health food stores.
Wow.
And actually a neuroscientist here at MUSC, Peter Kalivas, his lab found that NAC can reduce addictive behaviors. in models of addiction, and we're applying that to marijuana users. And the nice thing is it's this very safe medication. Certainly nothing is perfectly safe, but this is safe enough to be over the counter. And we, under medical supervision, we randomize people in this study to receive either NAC or placebo. And it's what we call double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, so that we don't know, the participant doesn't know which one they're getting until the whole study's over.
Okay, Dr. Gray, for the folks at home who want to know more information, it's free to participate, correct?
Yes.
And
participants and families, there's compensation for participating in the study.
So to find out more information, of course, you can call the number right there on your screen. It's 843-792-9257. And you also can text, correct?
Yes, to 44332.
Okay, so you text green. Okay, so text green to 44332. Well, thank you so much for having us, and good luck with your study.
Thank you so much.